Human life is not a random occurrence, but is structured upon a pre-existing contract. This foundational agreement precedes an individual's birth. It establishes the fundamental parameters and conditions of existence. The contract shapes the very nature of an individual's journey. This concept suggests a predetermined framework for life's unfolding. It implies a deeper, underlying order to human experience. Individuals are born into an existing reality, preceding their personal awareness. This implies that life's framework is largely predetermined before individual consciousness emerges. The world presents a set of conditions and structures that are already in place. These pre-existing elements influence an individual's experiences and development. The concept suggests a foundational reality independent of personal perception. Therefore, personal awareness begins within an already established and structured environment. A pre-existing contract fundamentally redefines the nature of existence. Existence is no longer viewed as an accidental or spontaneous occurrence. Instead, it is understood as a direct continuation of a prior agreement or pact. This perspective implies a structured, preordained framework for being. The agreement marks a pivotal moment in human history. It signifies humanity's recognition of a higher, divine authority. This acknowledgement establishes a foundational relationship. The relationship is formed with a supreme, divine source. This concept underpins many spiritual and religious frameworks. An unremembered agreement refers to a foundational understanding or principle. Its specific details are no longer consciously recalled or articulated by individuals. Despite this lack of conscious memory, its influence persists. The effect of this agreement remains deeply embedded within human existence. This embedded influence shapes behaviors, perceptions, and societal structures. Life is not a domain for the creation of inherent meaning. Instead, it serves as a platform for action and consequence. It is a stage where pre-existing commitments are enacted. These commitments are either honored and brought to fruition. Alternatively, they are neglected, leading to their breach. Every human being is considered a direct beneficiary of an overarching contract. This contract provides fundamental aspects essential for existence and well-being. Key provisions include the gift of life itself, a primary benefit. Beneficiaries also receive essential resources and various opportunities. Benefits are often perceived as unconditional entitlements. However, many provisions inherently link benefits to specific obligations. These obligations are not arbitrary, but are integral to the benefit's existence. The concept suggests that existence itself is tied to responsibility. This framework contrasts with the idea of absolute freedom without constraints. Thus, each benefit carries a corresponding duty, establishing a conditional relationship. The ultimate authority for this contract originates from a divine source. This authority is exclusively attributed to God, establishing its supreme nature. No human system or institution possesses the right to alter its fundamental terms. No ideological framework can legitimately redefine the core principles of this contract. The contract's integrity is preserved by its divine origin, beyond human modification. Its terms remain immutable, reflecting an authority higher than any earthly power. Human structures, despite their apparent dominance, are inherently secondary. They exist within a larger, divinely ordained framework of reality. This framework establishes the fundamental conditions for all existence. Thus, human creations are always conditional, not absolute. Their existence and function depend on the overarching natural and spiritual order. This perspective highlights the ultimate supremacy of the divine over human endeavors. Life functions as a continuous test of an individual's alignment. This alignment is with the terms and spirit of an underlying contract. Every experience encountered serves as an evaluation. These evaluations assess adherence to the established principles. Thus, life's journey is a constant measure of one's congruence. Every situation encountered serves as a measure of personal alignment. This applies universally, whether the situation is easy or challenging. These circumstances precisely evaluate an individual's actions. They determine if actions are consistent with prior agreements or commitments. The concept highlights the importance of integrity in behavior. It provides a framework for assessing fidelity to one's word or principles. Mere belief, without corresponding actions, is deemed insufficient in contractual contexts. True adherence requires visible demonstrations of alignment with established principles. Actions serve as tangible proof, validating the sincerity of one's belief. Without such actions, belief remains an abstract concept, lacking practical impact. Therefore, demonstrable actions are crucial for fulfilling contractual obligations and principles. A contract establishes a universally binding agreement, irrespective of individual awareness or consent. Its existence is not contingent upon an individual's knowledge or acknowledgement of its terms. No person or entity is exempt from the obligations and consequences arising from this contract. The validity and enforceability of the contract are not created by an individual's awareness. Furthermore, its binding nature cannot be. This principle underscores the inherent and inescapable force of such agreements in their application. Life presents an inherent contract, binding each individual to its terms. This contract is not subject to conscious acceptance or rejection. Even if one chooses to ignore or actively deny its existence, the terms remain in force. This fundamental condition underscores an inescapable seriousness inherent in human existence. The implications of this binding nature shape individual choices and responsibilities. Thus, life's seriousness is a constant, regardless of personal acknowledgement or defiance. Within a structured framework, humanity was given a distinct role. This role involved being entrusted with a unique responsibility. This responsibility was presented to various creations. However, other creations declined to undertake this specific task. Humanity, alone, accepted this significant burden. This highlights humanity's distinct and elevated position within creation. Trust is not merely a privilege bestowed upon an individual or entity. It represents a significant burden, demanding careful and diligent execution of responsibilities. This burden emphasizes a profound need for accountability in all actions. It necessitates active management and responsibility, rather than simple existence. Not every individual actively fulfills the role of a trustee in society. All individuals inherently receive benefits from societal structures and collective efforts. However, only a subset of individuals actively bears the responsibilities associated with these benefits. This active engagement in responsibility defines what is considered purposeful living. The distinction lies between passively receiving benefits and actively contributing to shared responsibilities. A true trustee is defined not by words, but by concrete actions and decisions. The role of a trustee demands rigorous testing through real-life scenarios. Claims and verbal assurances alone are insufficient to establish trustworthiness. Demonstration of capability and integrity is paramount for a trustee. Authenticity is proven through consistent, verifiable performance under scrutiny. Every decision made serves as a direct demonstration of trust dynamics. Each interaction engaged in reflects whether trust is being upheld or diminished. Responses to reality consistently reveal the state of trust within relationships. These actions collectively indicate whether trust is being honored or betrayed. Betrayal is not merely a minor failure in human interaction. It constitutes a profound form of injustice. This act represents a misalignment with the fundamental structure of reality. It signifies a deep breach of essential trust. Fulfilling trust is crucial for establishing justice. Justice ensures that all elements are correctly positioned. This alignment adheres to an original, divine order. Active fulfillment contrasts with passive or unfulfilled trust. It signifies a state of proper arrangement and balance. This process leads to a harmonious and just outcome. Humanity is fundamentally divided by its approach to a core principle: trust. This division creates two distinct paths for individuals within society. One path is taken by those who diligently uphold and fulfill this trust. Their actions consistently reflect a commitment to integrity and responsibility. The other path is chosen by individuals who consciously violate this trust. Their conduct demonstrates a deliberate disregard for established ethical or moral obligations. A critical division exists among individuals, defining their true nature and purpose. This distinction is not based on superficial identity or external markers, such as appearance or status. Instead, it is rooted in an individual's internal alignment, reflecting their core values and beliefs. Ultimately, this division is determined by their subsequent actions, which manifest their internal state. Deen is understood not merely as a set of rituals or a religion in the conventional sense. It represents a comprehensive system that encompasses all facets of human existence. This foundational understanding shapes its application to daily life. Deen integrates spiritual, moral, social, and economic dimensions. It provides guidance for individual conduct and societal structure. Deen provides a comprehensive framework for human existence. It encompasses thought processes and intellectual understanding. Deen also includes physical actions and practical applications. It integrates social structures and the overall organization of life. Deen provides a comprehensive framework for human conduct. It establishes guidelines for interactions between individuals. Deen also dictates how humans engage with the broader reality. It offers principles for all forms of human engagement. These guidelines ensure ethical and purposeful interactions. Deen thus shapes both individual and collective human behavior. Deen, in the Islamic context, encompasses a comprehensive way of life. It integrates economic behaviors, ensuring ethical and just financial practices. Deen also shapes political structures, guiding governance based on divine principles. It defines social relationships, demonstrating its integral role in every societal function. Prophets are divinely appointed messengers with a specific mission. Their primary role is not to introduce entirely new religious systems. Instead, they diligently restore essential systems that have become corrupted or distorted. This restoration ensures the original principles and guidance are re-established for humanity. The primary role is to reconnect humanity with an original contract. This involves clarifying aspects that have been misunderstood over time. It also addresses elements that were deliberately altered throughout history. The goal is to restore the authentic understanding of this foundational agreement. The role of prophets extends beyond simply delivering information or messages. They are instrumental in purifying understanding, clarifying complex concepts for their communities. Prophets also teach fundamental principles, guiding individuals towards righteous conduct. A key aspect of their role is demonstrating the practical implementation of divine contracts. This involves showing how spiritual agreements translate into daily life and actions. Knowledge, particularly in fields like contract law, often remains theoretical without practical application. This theoretical understanding, while foundational, is inherently incomplete. Without the crucial practical dimension, its real-world utility is limited. Applying knowledge transforms it from an abstract concept into a tangible skill or solution. Thus, practical engagement is essential for complete comprehension and effective utilization of information. Each prophet emerges within a distinct historical and cultural setting. These contexts encompass unique societal norms, beliefs, and challenges. Despite these diverse backgrounds, prophets consistently convey a core message. This central message remains unchanging across all prophetic dispensations. It represents a universal and constant truth, transcending time and culture. Truth is an inherent and unchanging principle, existing independently of human perception. Its fundamental nature remains constant across all eras and societal contexts. However, the explanation and articulation of truth are not static. They evolve to align with the prevailing conditions and understanding of society at different times. This adaptability ensures truth remains relevant and comprehensible to each generation. Ibrahim stands out as a significant figure among many historical personalities. He is recognized for his profound alignment with specific principles. This alignment refers to his unwavering adherence to a foundational contract. His life exemplifies a clear and exemplary model of this commitment. Ibrahim's actions and beliefs consistently reflected the contract's tenets. He serves as a benchmark for understanding true dedication to these principles. Ibrahim exemplifies a principle of critical inquiry regarding established systems. He does not passively accept inherited systems or traditions without scrutiny. His approach involves a rigorous examination of these systems, This examination is conducted against an objective standard. The objective standard he applies is that of truth. This process ensures that beliefs and practices are validated, not merely inherited. This approach demonstrates a profound independence from false or arbitrary authority. It prioritizes the pursuit of truth above all other considerations. This stance rejects the influence of societal conditioning. It also disregards the constraints of mere tradition. Ibrahim fundamentally rejects societal structures built solely on power dynamics. He dismisses the validity of systems established merely by majority consensus. Entrenched traditions, without deeper justification, are also not accepted by him. His stance indicates a search for principles beyond superficial authority or popular opinion. Ibrahim seeks a more profound and fundamental alignment for his beliefs and actions. This rejection highlights a quest for truth or justice, independent of human constructs. The concept of aligning with reality involves perceiving and accepting circumstances as they are. This alignment is fundamentally defined by an underlying contract or established framework. The contract serves as the objective standard for what constitutes reality in a given context. Individuals who adhere to this principle model authentic, truth-seeking behavior. Their actions and perspectives are grounded in the factual parameters set by the agreement. This approach fosters clarity and provides a reliable basis for decision-making and understanding. Ibrahim's method is not about adopting a specific identity or persona. Instead, it emphasizes a rigorous approach to understanding and living. This method begins with a critical process of questioning established norms and beliefs. It involves actively rejecting falsehoods and misleading information. The ultimate goal is to reconstruct one's life foundationally on truth. This method focuses on converting abstract beliefs into tangible actions. It shifts beliefs from static convictions to dynamic, demonstrable practices. The process ensures that beliefs are actively lived and expressed. This transformation makes belief a living, evolving aspect of behavior. Revelation serves a critical role in the ongoing validation of a contract. It ensures the contract's principles and terms remain relevant across time. This process reinforces the original agreement, preventing its obsolescence. Revelation clarifies any ambiguities, maintaining the contract's integrity. Thus, it guarantees the contract's continued applicability and understanding. Earlier scriptures and the Quran are not distinct messages. They represent progressive stages of a singular divine system. Each scripture builds upon and clarifies the preceding ones. The Quran serves as the final stage, completing the divine message. This progression ensures a continuous and unified spiritual guidance. The Quran is considered the ultimate completion of a divine contract or covenant. It provides a final and comprehensive reference for humanity. This sacred text offers guidance for understanding the entirety of reality. The Quran serves as a complete and exhaustive source of knowledge and truth. A coherent system integrates fundamental principles into a unified framework. This system is designed to precisely define human life. It encompasses all various levels of human existence. The system also addresses the diverse dimensions of human life. Its purpose is to provide a comprehensive understanding of human life. Text is not merely for passive consumption. It demands active engagement from the reader. This engagement involves deep reflection, prompting readers to consider the implications and nuances of the content. It requires a thorough understanding, moving beyond surface-level reading to grasp core concepts. The ultimate goal is diligent implementation, applying insights gained to daily life. Thus, active text engagement transforms information into practical knowledge and action. A contract is a formal agreement, often intended to guide actions and relationships. However, a contract's true value lies in its implementation and the actions it inspires. Without corresponding action, a contract remains a static document. It becomes inactive, failing to impact the real world. Such an inactive contract is disconnected from the lived reality of individuals. Consequently, it holds no practical relevance for societies or their daily functions. The definition of the righteous extends beyond mere moral goodness. It encompasses functional alignment with an established contract or agreement. The righteous actively work to restore balance within this framework. Their actions are driven by adherence to contractual obligations and systemic harmony. The righteous are fundamental operators within the framework of justice. Their role is to ensure that justice systems accurately reflect the original divine order. This function involves correcting human distortions that deviate from true justice. Thus, the righteous uphold the integrity and divine alignment of justice. Human identity is not solely defined by external systems or societal classifications. True identity emerges from an individual's internal alignment with their authentic self. External factors often impose labels or roles that may not reflect one's core being. The process of self-discovery involves discerning what truly resonates with one's inner truth. Identity is a dynamic revelation, continuously shaped by personal understanding and acceptance. Ultimately, what defines a human being is the truth they align with, not external assignments.